AM 560. The Answer.
And did the scourge, man, did they cash in on COVID. We are now over $1 trillion stolen from the Biden COVID reaction.
We have an internal threat, but you also mentioned transnational fraud rings, terrorist organizations, nation states, North Korea, nuclear weapons programs funded by our tax dollars, China, Nigeria, Iran, Romania, Russia, not our friends necessarily that are being funded by taxpayer dollars. Could you give us some examples of how this is happening?
Yeah. So when you think about what happened during the pandemic, $1 trillion was stolen. 70% of that money went overseas. And I can give you some examples. In a Western state, they had more people applying for unemployment insurance benefits than they had individuals over 18.
His name is Michael Cloud. He's an auditor who has gone over the paperwork, and it still just keeps adding up even more and higher and more obvious fraud.
The people that were stealing the money from Romania were using it to facilitate other fraud schemes that include fentanyl, that include doing things to impact our democracy. On the insider threat, right, the first thing you have to say, and my dad was a public servant, is 99% of people that work in the public sector are honest, hardworking individuals.
Sure.
But there are some. And what you need is data and technology to root that out. There were examples during the pandemic. There were some examples even of last week where people got into the Medicaid system in a Western state and stole $50 million in less than 4 months. So you have to have these controls in place, right? These aren't individuals stealing, Mr. Cloud. These are organized criminal groups, both domestic and transnational.
Linda, Palos Heights.
Hello, Sean. I just had the misfortune of driving by the Obama Library. It is the ugliest thing I've ever... My eyes are burned out, really.
Linda, that's what the bellhop at the hotel that the Obama's honeymoon dad said. He likes ugly things. You can't figure that out? He likes ugly, big things.
It was hideous, but the comment that was like the spur for the call.
Yeah.
But years ago when they were trying to pass Obamacare, I used to argue with people. You cannot give insurance. You can't give everything in health insurance. It would be compared to a car. I said, say you want your tires insured, your windshield wiper blades, your gas, your oil changes. It would be unaffordable for car insurance, and nobody listened to me. Everybody looked at me. Oh, Linda, you don't know what you're talking about. But look where we're at.
Look what they did to Sarah Palin. You didn't think they were going to do it to Linda from Palos Heights? Look what they did to Sarah Palin. Did you know? Do you remember that whole thing when that moron John McCain picked her?
Yeah.
Did you know in Alaska she had an 80% approval rate? 8 out of 10 Alaskans loved Sarah Palin. And look at what the media, the Marxist moron media, the same ones who sold the way it ended up. By the way, think about this: we're paying $3,700. A family of 4 pays $3,700 in ghetto care. Are you out of your mind?
I don't even know how do you afford that? I can't even.
Well, the companies go bankrupt, and the employees, they pay $1,000 or $1,800, whatever they can tolerate. They understand this is equality through poverty. That's what socialism, communism, and Marxism is. Equality through feudalism. It's been this since the dawn of creation, since Karl Marx watched his baby and his wife starve to death. The scum that he was.
The only way you can solve this is for every American to reject getting any insurance and say, screw it, I'm going bare. I'm going bare. I'll take my chances and just walk away and let the whole thing collapse.
When you have when I have these people on who offer alternatives, these ministries that offer Christian alternatives, or when I have Simone Gold on, that's the way you beat it. The problem is to get a company to implement it, because then the company would be held in violation by their IRS of the law. The law is a fascistic weapon of capitulation and cooperation. They backdoor nationalized your participation. And if you don't do it, you're operating outside the law. And then the companies are going to be audited consistently and constantly. That's why the evidence and how it linked it is to the IRS, that's the important part of it. It is economic fascism to participate in ghetto care. And by the way, nobody wants it. Here's the thing, Linda. What if you're like me? I am never voluntarily ever going to the doctor. Never going to do it. So do I have to have it? Well, then if I cannot say no, I am not a free man. And all of the things we celebrate today that our ancestors fought for, freedom, I don't have it. But none of us have it when it comes to Social Security. We don't have it. It's an illusion of freedom. And that's why these days aggravate. It's like a stone in my shoe, because now all the scum that undermined and destroyed the principles, they get to pretend that they're celebrating it too. I call them Democrats and everybody else.
Quick comment, Sean.
Yeah.
Tell me, why did Congress leave Washington? It's only Tuesday. It's not even Thursday yet. Why aren't they there? They said they have to wait to take the vote until we get people back at work. I don't understand that.
So that they can because they have traitors on the inside, and they didn't want to participate. They don't want to participate. This is the beginning of the fight, not the end. This will go on for another month. You heard it here first. Thank you.